Welcome to the Sasbo Round Table, where voices of leadership meet the realities of the workplace. Today's episode is a special one. We sit down with the president of Sasbo, Tsietsi Mafabatho, a leader at the forefront of worker representation, advocacy, and transformation. From navigating the evolving world of work to strengthening the collective voice of members, this conversation unpacks the vision, the challenges, and the road ahead. Get ready for insight, leadership, and real talk that impacts you. This is the Sasbo Round Table.
Thank you so much, Keano. A very good morning to you, and a very good morning to all members of Sasbo, all leaders in different structures. Look, this roundtable came at the right time. I'm so excited to be a part of this roundtable. It's the kickoff that we are taking today, and thank you so much for being involved and coming with those questions that you'll be asking me about. I know when we started the conversation around the roundtable, the youth came very strong about it to say we need to register our footprint in media space where Sasbo will be seen, So thank you so much for this time. I'm looking forward to great discussion.
Thank you, Prez. And for that, we'll jump right into it. So, Prez, for members who don't really know much about you, who don't know the story, and just to add some personality around who the Sasbo President Tsietsi Mafabatho is, who are you beyond the title of being Sasbo's president?
Look, I'm just a commoner, man. I really do not see myself as someone special. I see myself just as a leader of Sasbo. I'm a leader of Sasbo. I'm a leader of a community where I come from. I've actually been a member of Sasbo for a very long time. I joined the bank in 2008 and I joined Sasbo. Participation in the structures, my participation in the structures started around 2014, 2015. I've worked with quite different leaders of Sasbo who have actually seen potential in me, and today I'm actually the president. I was elected by the Congress in 2022, and also this is my last year. The term is ending, and then we go into the conference again this year to see what are the people saying.
Yes, that's true, Prez. I'm just taking you back a bit there. You mentioned there that you became involved in the structures in the 2015 and 2016. What actually motivated you to get involved in organized labor?
Look, personally, I can say I'm an activist. I'm an activist. I really like working with people. I like solving the problems that people are experiencing. But it also makes me a better person. I mean, looking around at the finance sector, the trade union at the finance sector, it's something a little bit different from other trade unions around. The finance sector trade union operate in a different way because of the environment where we find ourselves. People will have challenges and they will feel no need to talk about them. They will die in their corners with the problems. And I realize that my involvement will actually help quite a lot of people. I'll actually be dealing with quite a lot of queries from the members on the ground way before I became the president. Dealing with those people will actually come to me and bring their matters, and that's where I realized that, you know what, in actual fact, I have to be here. I have to be working with people. I have to be helping our people on the ground.
And Prez, just to get a bit of a feel from your personal perspective, I know a lot of people might have different answers to this question, but I just want to find out, what is the most important responsibility for you as the Sasbo president in 2026?
Look, the most important one, Keanu, it's service. I mean, I'm the president because of there's a need to service the members on the ground. When members are having challenges, of course, we do have our Sasbo officials who are assisting, but over and above that, when service is not reaching where it's supposed to reach, members do come to me. I'm actually deployed by members. They do come to me to say, look, this is the challenges that we are facing. But also beyond that, conversations that we have with the bank from stakeholder relations, where we look at our relationship, Sasbo relationship and the institution holistically and start dealing with matters from the top, assisting members in collective agreement, how collective agreement should be structured, um, the rights of the members in general on the ground, ensuring that there's enough training for members that's preparing them for the new world of work, artificial intelligence kicking in. I'm actually the mouthpiece that's advocating for that. There's quite a lot. Um, yeah, also empowering members from the shop floor. So that's something that is very important that I am actually focusing on this year.
That's true. That's true. Just to give our viewers some insight, today is actually Sasbo's 110th birthday, and we would like to wish Sasbo a happy birthday. And jumping into that, Perez,
Sure.
I just want to ask you, what does this milestone mean for our organization as Sasbo?
It's something very great. It's something very great. Sasbo was formed in 1916. Um, I don't know what was happening when it was formed, but it was at that time where uh, bank officials realized that there's a need for them to have a trade union that will represent them. There's been quite a lot of leaders before then. Now it is us who are leading, and we wish Sasbo all the best. And we wish also that Sasbo should continue for 100, 200 years, even when we are gone. Sasbo is actually the biggest finance sector trade union in South Africa, but also in the whole of Africa. We are actually quite huge. And we are the oldest trade union. I mean, in the whole of our federation, we are the oldest trade union. So we pride ourselves of that, and we find ourselves fortunate to be serving in the structures of Sasbo and making it better than what it is, together with the leadership that we are dealing with. We wish Sasbo many, many more years to come.
And a
Yeah.
very happy birthday.
And a a happy birthday to Sasbo. And also what we did as the management committee, we also agreed in having maybe some token of appreciation to our members out there. There's actually been quite a lot of members who are living under very difficult conditions, but one thing that for sure they don't miss is the payment of their subscription that happens every month. Now, the management committee has also said to say there's a need for us to really appreciate our members. There's token of appreciation that we really have to put something in place and appreciate our member for always being part of Sasbo all the time. But not only that, as the leadership, we're also looking at other possibility where we can empower our members and the dependents of the members through Sasbo, because Sasbo it's a moving organization that really looks at the interest of its members. So there's quite a lot of things that are coming in the pipeline that really are created specifically for our members and the dependents of the members.
So you guys have also heard it first from the president. Expect a lot more from your president as a member and also for your dependents. Prez, I just want us to go back and look back at some of the moments where Sasbo has reached their certain milestones in history. And what what are some of these defining moments for you, Prez? What does the history look like for you in some of these instances?
Look, with the history of Sasbo, I know Sasbo was actually formed uh, during that time when it was very difficult. I think it was formed after the 1913 disposition of the land from our people, and of course the people who formed Sasbo will have been um, uh, not will have been not black people. It will have been white people, those who were leading at that time. And banking was not for the black people. People who will be working for the banks at that time during the formation, it wouldn't actually be our people. But with time and the new government of democracy, we started seeing transformation taking place, our people being in the bank. And if you look at the background of demographics, it's about 80% where our people are actually the members of Sasbo. It's quite a huge milestone. I mean, having being in the 50s, the 60s, where uh, Sasbo was only white, in the 80s also and 90s, black leaders started being part of it. Today, when you look at the management committee, you can appreciate that the representation, it's clearly demographics of what Sasbo is. There's a proper inclusion in there. And Sasbo is continuing to grow. It's to me, I think it's a very huge milestone. Without mentioning quite a lot of stuff, that itself, that there's quite a huge inclusion that is in there. It means a lot to me. It's a milestone that I don't think many union will have achieved, especially if the union was led by different race and was actually formed by different race. It will be a little bit difficult for that integration. Sasbo managed to do that. Sasbo managed to put all workers in different unions in the 90s, whereby there were different unions in different banks. Sasbo managed to put everyone together, move with the name Sasbo till now. We're looking forward to that inclusion to continue being there while we're still here, but for years and years to come. We're really looking forward to that. But with this milestone that we have, we realize that Sasbo it's a professional union. Not that any other union is not, but we pride ourselves that we are highly professional union because of the standard of environment where we find ourselves. It's not every time where you'll see us in the media, where you'll see us, in all these other spaces. We prefer to have our talks on the round tables. We prefer to call um, our stakeholders, sit down and have a conversation around the matters professionally. So, but we are a union that is also capable to say if things are not going the way we would have loved them to, we can take whoever that we can take to task. So it's a huge milestone, 110 years, and with all the experiences that we have.
I think that also says a lot about our strength and resilience of our members. And see, it shows how far we've come. Members have started in the banks as just members of Sasbo, and they've actually grown in our structures. They've become BEC members, they've become INC, SJC members to finally make it onto Mancom and eventually become the president. So for a member out there that is thinking, it's not possible, it is possible. It takes a lot of commitment, determination,
Sure,
and
sure.
a lot stands out. Be resilient, stay strengthful, stay strong. Prez, you mentioned a bit earlier that Mancom has decided to share a little something with our members. I'm not sure if you just want to give a little bit of information with that there. Is it something that we can go into here and let our members know maybe what to expect with this 110 years?
Yeah, that's a little bit too early.
Okay. Okay. I thought
But
so.
we're really working into something, especially for our members in celebration of 110. Some token of appreciation. I know in 2016, 100 years, there was also some tokens of appreciation. But this time around, we want to do it different. We want to see members' involvement.
Mhm.
We really want to see our members being involved. We don't want our member to feel like Sasbo is there and we are there. In actual fact, members of the union are actually the owner of the union. So we really want to put something that will incorporate our members, but it has to be that token of appreciation.
Prez, lastly, on the topic of 110, is there a message that you would like to take members to take from this historical moment in Sasbo's history?
Look, the message to the members out there is that Sasbo is your trade union, the trade union. Um, our members who are still waiting for the forms to be members, the time is now for you to join Sasbo. The challenges that you are having in the industry, you don't have to keep quiet about them. Talk to us, tell us what are you experiencing. Capitec people, ABSA, Standard Bank, Nedbank, Your trade union is here. We are marking 110 years. Talk to us when there's challenges out there. And those people who haven't joined, please join Sasbo, because the more we are, the more power we have, the more strength we have. The strength of the union lies in the numbers. So we'd like to invite all of you to join Sasbo, to be part of this moving train. And with this 110 years, I think it's a turning point also for us as Sasbo, because the world of work is changing. It's time where we really want to also invest in knowledge for our members. But I think we'll talk about it, the program that we'll be having later on today, that speaks to empowering our members in terms of training, artificial intelligence, because it's actually everywhere in the system. So we will really, really love people to join Sasbo so that they can know what the benefits are there, those who are not. But for those who are members, continue being a member of Sasbo. We are strong because of your support. We are strong because of you being part of us.
Thank you, Pres. Sasbo plays a global role and we have a global influence, and this is through Uni Global. And this year, Uni Finance is coming to South Africa. I just want to find out, why is this important for South Africa? Why is this important for Sasbo? Why is this important for Uni to be coming to South Africa? Uni Finance to be coming to
Yes.
South Africa.
Look, we've got influence. Uni is actually our international federation. Without forgetting that here in South Africa, we've got the biggest federation of all time, which is also the biggest in the whole of Africa. We've got COSATU here at home. But let's talk about international. Uni will be coming here in South Africa for Uni Finance. It's a great moment for us, to be hosting Uni Finance. This is where we'll be talking about the challenges that we experience in the sector, not only in South Africa, in the whole of Africa, and in the whole world. We'll be talking about that. The conference will actually also having a conversation on a global framework agreement that we really want to see across all countries in Africa and across the world, because our finance sector institutions, they are now growing. They are now growing, and they are going. The growth is taking to different countries. You find that some of the bank have got footprint in global markets out there. So we want to see a way that which there's a global framework agreement that someone who's working for company A that is in South Africa, and that company A is also somewhere, maybe in Egypt or in Nigeria, they must have same conditions that the one in South Africa is getting. But also, we will be talking about, which is something very important, the artificial intelligence. I've actually mentioned, I think, 3 to 4 times. It's something that sits very direct into my heart. We'll be talking about the impact of artificial intelligence, where artificial intelligence, we really want to check what are ways that we can do to assist in terms of policy position, the policy making, to ensure that artificial intelligence doesn't take work away from our people. Artificial intelligence will be used as a tool to empower our people out there. That discussion will be having it with all leaders in Uni Finance, all of them, and we'll actually be checking what are the possible outcome and the solution that comes out of that. So it's a very huge moment for us. And what we did as well, we reached out to other countries as South Africa. We reached out to our neighboring countries to say, look, this is what we're having here in South Africa. We would like you to be part of this conversation, so that they take out of this conversation, at least you do take cognizance of, and are also applied in your countries. If there's any challenges that you are having in your countries, if there's any input or great things, great achievement that you've actually achieved, you can come and share with us here so that we'll have a big body of opinions and ideas that will help the finance sector in general.
I think that also speaks a lot about how our collaborations and relationships actually strengthen worker representation across the board, not only in South
Yes.
Africa, but in Africa and then globally. I also just want to find out from you, Pres, what would you say, what opportunities does this create for our SASBO members and for our SASBO leadership, our people on the structures, our BEC members? What could this mean for them? I know we're saying that it's strengthening the representation, but directly for SASBO members.
Yeah, it's really about making our members aware of where the world of finance, the world of banking is going. That our member can also be prepared for where the world of work is going. So that will help a lot. And in actual fact, we also after this uni finance that will be here in South Africa, we also planning to have an AI symposium because we will have taken all information that came through this conference that's taking place. And then we'll have a symposium where we're going to invite the BEC members. We are going to invite different people from different institutions, government institutions as well. We really feel that the need for us to have that big round table around artificial intelligence has actually reached us. The time is now where we have to talk about that and prepare our members for future. What is important is to ensure that our member remains to be at work. Now, we can't just say we will be talking to the bank. The bank must tell us what are things that are going to change, what are jobs that are going to change. Us as a trade union, it is our responsibility to start working on that and checking what can we improve, what knowledge can we impart to our members so that they remain at work. When our members continue to be at work, it means they will continue to be our members. And when they are our members, it means Sasbo will continue to be there for the next 100 years that we're talking about. So it's something very great that's going to happen now with this finance conference that's taking place here in South Africa.
Speaking of which, yes, we heard that SASBO will be hosting our 2026 AI Symposium in South Africa as well. And this also speaks about, I mean, Preza's touching points and what's near to his heart: AI, artificial intelligence, the world of work, the changes. And it's something that we would encourage our BEC members to be looking forward to. Another thing I also want to ask, what inspired this SASBO AI Symposium? I mean, I know, yes, AI is close to your heart. It's close to our hearts as SASBO, as a union, to make sure that our members remain relevant. But what inspired this event specifically for us to be hosting?
Look, Keanu, I wouldn't say the world is changing. I will actually tell you that the world has
It's
changed.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The changes that used to come in the market, specifically in banking sector, for a change to take place, it will take about 1 year, 2 years, 6 years. We've seen all stages where there's many implementation of change that will take place gradually. But these days, things are changing in a split second. Things are changing in a split second. Um, the repetitive functions that used to happen in the bank are now taken into AI. AI is the one that dealing with that. And once some of the jobs are actually channeled to AI, it means there's a possibility of our members losing their job. That's number one. But number two, the question will be, what is to be done?
Mm.
Now, the first thing that we have to do is to check when the trends is changing in a market, what are the changes that bring it's the trends are what are the challenges that the trend is bringing
Mhm.
and how is it going to affect us and affect our member? And we realize that there's quite a lot of jobs that while the bank sometimes they shared, but there's quite number of jobs that the bank will be creating. Now, when they create those different jobs, uh, now they have to insource new people. But we think it's important that the people, the current human capital that we have, we can just train it and put it in those positions that are those new positions that are coming. So this is part of us where we'll be engaging different stakeholders, different institutions. Like I said, the government institutions, the banks itself. We've actually sent invite to some of the banks, and we've seen a positive feedback where they say, no, 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 we want to be part of that. So to be talking together, to be coming up with those researches that have actually been done by the market experts, and to say, look, this is what's going to happen in the future. This is what people should be training for, should be learning, so that they become relevant for the future or the present, maybe. They should be relevant for that. So that's actually what inspires us. One, we want to see our members in their work. Our members should continue working, and all we can do is to protect them by empowering them with the information. But this is part of what we are doing to seek more information and to check what needs to be implemented.
I think that also speaks a lot about the impact, what impact AI has on our members, and how you're saying and how you're touching on that, Pre, saying that our main aim should be to empower our members so that they don't be at the disposition of this, they don't lose their jobs, and that they actually get empowered into doing these jobs. What outcomes do you hope that the AI symposium will achieve?
Look, importantly, for us here in South Africa, I would like us to have a clear understanding of where the world of work with AI is going. The impact as well, to be in a way to understand what are impacts and to be ready to know what is it that we should prepare right now. But I want the people who will be attending, those experts will be part of that, to be assisting us with a policy position, to assist us in depositing some laws to the lawmakers to say, look, this is what we want to do. We would like you to um, put a law that says, for example, those companies that comes from different countries that will have banks here in South Africa, and they wouldn't even have anyone working at that bank, the virtual banks. We've got virtual banks that are already applying for licenses in South Africa. We want to have a conversation around that, because if a bank come from outside South Africa, they are a completely virtual bank. It means they won't hire anyone here in South Africa, and that speaks to the market, that they will be tapping in the market that is already saturated amongst all other banks. And once it takes the market, it means we are going to lose, our members will lose their jobs, because what the banks are doing in terms of profit generation won't actually sustain the human capital that they have. But we want the lawmakers to speak to that, to say, how do we make it difficult for those guys to come here in South Africa and have their virtual banks in here? How do we make it easy for those? How do we make it easy for our people here to be employed in those banks? They can't just come here and have a virtual bank where their staff members are not here in South Africa. We've got much interest that the staff members should be here in South Africa, because it affects the labor that at the moment we're sitting at the highest unemployment. That's one thing, first thing that is actually of importance to us, that we're looking forward to achieve. Two, we want to hear what are the banks saying about the future of banking itself. What are they planning to do, and what is it that they can advise us in saying, Sasbo, please prepare on 1, 2, 3, 4, so that we don't see you losing members, not only us losing members, but people losing their job in general. That's actually we don't like to see people losing their jobs, but we want to see what the bank says towards that, and we prepare ourselves. That's actually what we're looking up for. We had this conference, one of a kind. I think it was around 2017, 2018, where we were talking about robotics. And at that time, it was actually scary, because Yeah, anticipation was that people will lose their jobs. But after that, the conversations that we had with the banks at that time, we haven't seen much of mass scale retrenchment in the banks for quite some time. So we want to continue having those discussions with the bank, having those discussions with different stakeholders, even government institutions, so that uh, we can come up with solutions around artificial intelligence.
I think I lost my thought process here, trying to think what was the name of that conference. It was one that I never attended, so I can't
Oh,
remember. It
okay.
had something to do with digitalization or something along that.
Yes, yes.
It will come back. It will come back.
Okay,
But
yes, yes.
Pres, speaking about the future, what excites you the most about the future of Sasbo and our members?
Look, one, what excites me, it's something that really goes towards this artificial intelligence. It speaks towards that. Sasbo is reshaping itself. You will remember that 5 years, 10 years ago, um, we never had this round table. We want to see a bright future, and we want to be everywhere where our people are. We want our people to be able to access us. The future is bright. We are positioning Sasbo in a way that it resonates with our members on the ground. There's quite a number of changes that will be coming, very exciting changes that will actually be coming. But over and above everything, our members are at the center of every strategy that we come with, every new thing that we come with. Our members are actually at the center of that. So we are excited. We're looking forward to a great future. And of course, I think in the second round of this table, you guys might have different people. I mean, from the youth structure, I would like to see youth structures being part of this conversation. It should actually speak more about the lives of our members in general, the challenges that they are facing. I'll be interested to be seeing some of the management committee coming here, having a conversation on how they see the future of the union. I'll also be comfortable, happy to be seeing some of the assistant general secretaries to be talking about the portfolios, the challenges they are experiencing, and the wins that they are also, achieving in their institution. So this is excitement. It's not only the podcast, but there's quite a lot of stuff that will actually bring here to table for our members in general.
I'm happy that you are excited. I'm happy that our members will be excited after watching this, feeling empowered. I also hope that what we are doing for you guys is something that you would like to see. I think, Pres, that brings us to the end of our discussion today. I want to thank you for joining us on the Sasbo Round Table. I want to thank you for giving us an insight into you personally, into your portfolio, into our members and our structures.
Look, Keanu, thank you very much. Thank you very much also for the team for making sure that this happens. And once everything is done, this conversation is out, I would like to call upon all members to watch the conversation, to engage. I mean, if there's more ideas that they have to say, Sasbo, we want you to do like this and that, tell us. Because look, you are our members. You are our members. Let's interact. Let's talk. Because our members are everywhere in social media. On TikTok, some are dancing, some are doing all the challenges. We want to see them doing the challenges here.
A round table challenge.
Round table challenge, you know. But the main idea around this is to be available to our members. I mean, they're having challenges. They can never struggle anymore. But they also want to have an update or an understanding of what is happening in the different institution. I mean, they'll find us here. We'll be talking about that. Of course, some of the conversation won't be explicit while they are still, on consultations and stuff. But it's important that we are at the disposal of our members, that anytime, they can access us with whatever challenge that they have. And thank you very much once more.
You heard it here first, the Sasbo Roundtable, our very first episode. I would encourage you guys to like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section. If there's anything you guys feel that we need to discuss, drop it in the comment section. You can ask questions. We'll be answering those questions in our next episode. Thank you all for watching.